Welcome back to the Inside Word. I'm Michael Kastner, and we're chatting with Joanna Cassidy. You know her from Buffalo Bill, of course, and she, on Friday, is going to be in a movie that is really good. I watched it this morning. It is called Live from Death Row. It's going to be on Fox. How are you?
I'm pretty
First
good.
Up, this is something we just learned. You want to shave your head.
No.
Do you want to talk about this?
Well, no,
I can't picture you shaving your head.
I wouldn't do it. Somebody else would do it. I mean, you know, but yeah, I did a very brave thing, cutting my hair like this. You saw how much hair I had in Live from Death Row.
A lot of hair.
I mean, that...
So is this
and
a
I've always
step
been
to the
sort of
Sinead
like
look?
the hair girl, you know. I mean, from the time I came down here in the early 70s, oh God, get Cassidy, you know, she's got all that hair, all that, you know, and then boom, off.
Cut it off. What made you do it?
It was time. After a while, you really have to let go of the hair because I think people think for so long that it's my hair that I'm getting hired for, right? I mean, you have that idea, that silly idea running through your head, because they make such a big thing about hair and so on. And I just said enough is enough. I mean, if I can't carry it myself, then I'm really through. So
exactly.
So I did.
No, we were just looking at the cover of Premiere Magazine, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. Sigourney Weaver's on the cover, and Alien 3, she shaved her head. And she goes, "Oh, I'd like to shave my head for a part." And I went, okay. Well, but it would be different, and you wouldn't have to fix it in the morning, you know.
No, but you know, I think that really is one of the true tests. If you can get rid of all the stuff, you know, do a part without makeup, without hair, and let yourself come through and not rely on the looks thing. You know, it's a real challenge.
Well, we were talking about the movie. You have a lot of hair in this movie. It's pretty gritty. It's from Death Row, called Live from Death Row. Did you go to a death row cell to experience that? I
did. We went out to Chino, the facility out near Magic Mountain. Strange combination there.
Really?
And
it's not the same.
And I actually did walk down right next to some cells. And what's so shocking is that you go by, and when you think that there's no one there at all, someone will suddenly come popping right up to the grated bars, and it's scary. The looks are very different.
Let's take a look at a clip right here. This is just after, well, I'm not going to tell you everything that's going on because you're going to want to see it, but they've gone through a lot of trauma inside Death Row where they are going live with a broadcast. Let's take a look.
This is Alana Powers. What we have just experienced, no, not experienced. Take two. What we have just gone through, my cameraman and I, Joel. I have to start again. This is Alana Powers. This is Alana Powers. I have to start again. Joel, I have to start all over again.
I was just getting into it again. I was just watching.
I know.
What was the feeling that you had when you were in there and the doors were locked? When they slammed behind you?
There's nothing quite like it in the world. I mean, aside from going up, well, what was the border between the two Germanys, it's one of the most intense feelings in the world. It really, really is. You get such a sense of, I guess, hopelessness and desperation, but at the same time, it's kind of an exhilarated state that there could actually be a reality like that, where you're closed off from people and you've got to relate to other human beings who have perpetrated some of the most violent acts ever imaginable.
And you play a reporter, obviously, in this film. Did you follow any reporters around, and did you change your opinions, perhaps, about what reporters go through?
Oh, not only that, but I had asked Patrick Duncan, our director-writer, if because I had these enormous scenes of memorization that I had to do, all these factual things about Death Row and talk about it and the interviews were very long and involved, and I said, listen, can I have some cue cards? I said, this is very intense, and I said, in a lot of this, I want to make it seem like it's improv because I know these people, having done their research, are able to do that, you know, on the spur of the moment. And he said, no, he said, I want you to have it all in there. And whatever you do, and I don't care if your speech is 5 minutes, I want you to have it all and, you know, be able to look right at the camera and interview and turn around and improvise, et cetera, et cetera. I said, well, I guess I better do some
research
preparation on this. So, and I went out with them, and I have a great deal of respect for reporters because they, even though they do take copious notes and they do have some time to prepare, I mean, they do have time, you know, between setups and so on. They still have to be very on top of it and be very quick-minded and have had enough experience that they're able to talk about things.
Well, you certainly pulled it off. It's an incredible movie. It's going to be on Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern and Pacific on Fox. It is called Live on Death Row. And thank you, Joanna Cassidy, for being with us. Now, take a look at her hair. It could be gone next time you see it, okay? Thanks so much for coming by.
Thanks
when we return, we'll get a look at Mel Gibson's latest love interest in the new trailer, not the old one, the new trailer, to Lethal Weapon 3. Don't go away.